marketing reps are really good at telling us what their carrier is most excited to write. For a preferred carrier, as an example, they'll tell us that they're looking for clients who have a home and maybe two autos, and they want to bundle those policies together, and that client also happens to have more assets, and so they need higher limits, say a minimum of $100,000 on the auto, so like a 131 limit on the auto. We give that information to our agents. And if the agent calls an underwriter and asks if they'll approve a monoline home or an auto policy with state minimum limits, the underwriter will say yes. Then the agent calls us back and says, I'm getting mixed messages. Why did the underwriter say I can write this account if the marketing rep says they didn't want it? Agents like you find that frustrating, and so do we. But there's a good answer. And that is underwriters and marketing reps have totally different roles. First, remember that carriers have to comply with DOI requirements, and often they're required to file rates and write business that they really don't want. Carriers have to write any business that's eligible, even if it doesn't match their target market. But they don't have to work with agents who market to business that is outside of their appetite. The marketing rep's job is to tell you what their carrier most wants to write, and that is the business that gives them the best chance to be profitable. The marketing rep is then going to decide which agents can help them write as much of that profitable business as they have capacity for. And the reps are the ones ultimately who decide if agents keep their appointments or not. Underwriters, on the other hand, are only supposed to tell you what is eligible based on the filings submitted to the Department of Insurance. Think of it this way. Let's say that an insurance company has to eat any food that is edible. The marketing rep's job is to tell you what the carrier's favorite food is. So the marketing rep comes to you and says, we love burgers and fries. We don't love blood sausage. Then you call an underwriter and you ask them if they'll eat blood sausage. And they say, it's edible, so yes, we'll eat it. The underwriter was right to tell you that they'll take the blood sausage. Their role is not to tell you what they like most, but to tell you if something is edible or not. But if you make a habit of bringing blood sausage to that carrier, the marketing rep will terminate your appointment and focus on finding agents who will bring them burgers and fries. So when you run into this situation, remember these 5 things. First, a carrier has to write all business that's eligible. Second, they will not and do not have to work with agents who regularly bring business that is outside of their target market. The marketing rep will tell us, and then Firefly will tell you what the carrier wants most. The underwriter will tell you what is eligible, and the underwriter will say yes to many accounts that they can write, but don't actually want to write. And agents add value through great field underwriting and helping carriers write the business that they want most. If you don't do that, you risk losing your appointments with that carrier. You're also less likely to be profitable with that carrier and less likely to qualify for contingency. Hopefully, this answer and background reduces your frustration as you interact with carriers and also strengthens your relationships with them.